Welcome to Bring It On Books for November, and this is a little segment, in case you don't know, where I talk about all the books I'm looking forward to coming out for the upcoming month, which in this case would be November. So let's get started with the books that I'm ready to be released and to get my little fingers on. Book number 1 comes out on November 3rd, and that is The Revolution of Ivy by Amy Engel, and this is the second book of the series, and the first book is The Book of Ivy. So the premise is that you have these two families that started a war in the United States, and basically, of course, as you do with a war, one side loses and one side wins. The daughters of this one family and the losing side have to marry the sons of the winning side, and basically Ivy is in charge of taking down the president's son, who's also her betrothed, and to kill him and bring her family back into power, and we all know how that ends up. I'm interested to read this just because it wasn't really ever on my radar when the Book of Ivy first came out, but I've heard nothing but wonderful things about it from people that I trust their book opinions on. So I'm excited to read that and to get my fingers on it. Book number 2 also comes out on November 3rd, and that is 10,000 Skies Above You by Claudia Gray, and that is the second book to the Firebrand series, where the first book is 1,000 Pieces of You. Again, I have not read the first book of this series. What originally drew me was the cover. Is beautiful of both of them, really, but the first cover really drew me to the book, and what also then drew me was the fact that there are parallel universes. So what the first book premise is about is the main character's family. Her family is scientists, and they build the Firebrand, which allows them to jump through different parallel universes, and this thief takes it, and so she goes and follows the thieves and tries to capture him, so that way she can help restore her family's credibility. The third book comes out on November 10th, and it is Soundless by Rochelle Mead, and in case you think that that name sounds familiar, that's because she's the author of the Vampire Academy and Bloodlines series, both series that I love, and this is something completely new from vampires, or at least I think it might be. I don't know, but basically what the premise is looks like it's taking place in China or some southeastern country. The town where the main character lives, there has been no sound. For some reason, the villagers in the site all just suddenly start going blind. In order to save her village, she finds sound, and sound is then her weapon for whatever journey of badassery, I'm sure if it's Rochelle Mead, that is about to happen. And I don't think, honestly, that I would be drawn to this premise originally, but it's Rochelle Mead, and so I have very high expectations of this. Last but not least, and probably my most anticipated book for November and 2015 in general, also comes out on November 10th. It is Winter by Marissa Mayer, and this is book 4 of the Cinder series, and in case you haven't read Cinder or know what it's about, so there's 4 different books, and they're kind of based on storytell or storybook retellings. Their first book, Cinder, is about Cinderella, and then there's Scarlet, which is Little Red Riding Hood, Cress, which is Rapunzel, and Winter, which is about Snow White. They all intertwine together and create this one big story, and I'm excited for Winter because I think it's probably going to be the best out of them, and I can't really give too much away, but I think it's going to be phenomenal, and I can't wait to read it. So that is all the books that I'm looking forward to coming out in November. If you have any suggestions of what I should read or any books that you're also looking forward to coming out in November, please let me know down below in the About section. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and you can also follow me on Instagram and Goodreads and Twitter, and all those links are down below in the About section. So comment, subscribe, follow, and love thy books, and yeah, that's the end of the video. Bye! This video, you can opt to watch it, you cannot, but this video is just basically a where the hell have you been page. So the last video that I had made in any